Reporting on the banks of the Hudson River this Memorial Day weekend here in Weehawken, where the town celebrated its very first naturalization event, welcoming 30 different families as American citizens from 17 different countries such as Cuba, China, Chile, Ecuador, Peru, Colombia, and Algeria. 4 of the families out of the 30 families that received their American citizenship hail from Weehawken. We interviewed 2 different family members, as well as Weehawken Mayor Richard Turner. Wow. And so you were living here in this country for how long before you became a citizen today?
Yeah, so I came to the country in the 2005, so it's almost like 14 years.
So when your name was called and you received your certificate that obviously officially now makes you an American citizen, what was the feeling like?
Well, I just feel like it will be a new beginning, like the starting of a new era of my life. Yeah, and I think now it's become the formal for me to serve the country, and I'm really glad that for everything I learned in the United States education system, I can go back to the people of America to really use my knowledge to benefit the country and also to make myself, my family live better.
Now that you're a citizen, how do you think living here in the United States, what do you think will be the biggest difference between when you were living here without citizenship and now that you are a citizen?
I mean, I think the one big thing is voting and being able to participate in the democracy. I think that's one major thing that you couldn't do before when you were just a permanent resident.
Ashad, what was that transition like? I can imagine it must be a tough transition for anybody. I mean, my own father was from another country, and he immigrated here over 60 years ago. What was the transition like for you?
For me, it was a little bit difficult at the beginning. I think it was a little bit of cultural shock at first, but I think I transitioned pretty quickly because I moved here at such a young age. I moved here when I was 9, so transitioning into school and the culture here was a lot easier for me, I think, than it was for somebody who might have been much older than that.
You know, you spoke to the crowd here today. What important message was it for you a welcoming message to the new American citizens?
Well, first, that we're a very diverse country, and everybody gets along regardless of their religion, their ethnicity, their race. We try to make sure everybody gets along. And then, secondly, voting is important, and a lot of Americans forget to vote. So voting is an important obligation, and voting has consequences. And thirdly, it's Memorial Day weekend, and we should remember our veterans and all the sacrifices made to protect our freedoms.
And Mayor, I guess you have the appropriate tie today.
I do, yeah. I found the appropriate tie today. First time I ever wore it. This was given to me years ago by an Indian gentleman that just became an American citizen. And I was at a ceremony in Edison, and he was passing out ties. So it's a great honor to wear this today. Very fitting.
Mark Busant reporting in Weehawken for Hudson County View, the eye of the community.